How many innocent people has the theocracy in Iran killed because they refused to adopt the theocracy's radical version of Islam?
I don't have a number, but it's in the thousands.
Tens of thousands, right?
I would think so, yes, sir.
Hundreds of thousands, right?
Again, I don't have the exact number, but I would not be surprised if it were.
If the theocracy in Iran developed a nuclear weapon, would they be more or less dangerous?
No, they would be far more dangerous, Senator. There's a saying, if your neighbor says he's going to kill you, you should believe him.
Can we agree that the president's decision to destroy the Iranian theocracy's nuclear weapon capabilities made the world safer?
Welcome back to Right View Nation, the channel where we call it like it is, no filters, no fear, and absolutely no apologies. If you're tired of watching our country get sold out by spineless politicians and woke bureaucrats, you're in the right place. Today we're diving into a Senate hearing moment that every real American needs to see. Senator John Kennedy, one of the last bulldogs left in the swamp, just dropped a truth bomb so loud it echoed all the way from D.C. to Tehran. And let me tell you, it was a masterclass in common sense, patriotism, and old-school Southern fire. Let's start with the real meat of this, Iran.
Senator Kennedy, and then Senator Murray, and then Senator Moran.
General, is the theocracy in Iran an enemy of the American people and all people who refuse to adopt the theocracy's radical version of Islam?
Well, Senator, I'm not a scholar in that regard, but I would say that Iran presents a clear and present danger to all those who do not bend to
Well, do
their
you think
will.
they're our friend?
They are not our friend.
And how long have they not been our friend and the world's friend?
For many decades, sir.
How many innocent people has the theocracy in Iran killed because they refused to adopt the theocracy's radical version of Islam?
I don't have a number, but it's in the thousands.
Tens of thousands, right?
I would think so, yes, sir.
Hundreds of thousands, right?
Again, I don't have the exact number, but I would not be surprised if it were.
If the theocracy in Iran developed a nuclear weapon, would they be more or less dangerous?
No, they would be far more dangerous, Senator. There's a saying, if your neighbor says he's going to kill you, you should believe him.
Can we agree that the president's decision to destroy the Iranian theocracy's nuclear weapon capabilities made the world safer?
I would say it did.
What's impetuous mean?
Well, sir, impetuous means, again, I'm a poli-sci major from the Texas State School. Impetuous means flippant.
Yeah,
I would say
without
flippant.
thought, without care.
Yes, sir.
You're not a politician, are you?
No, sir, I am not.
Okay. One of my friends on the committee said that America's decision to destroy the Iranian theocracy's ability to make a nuclear bomb was impetuous. Do you think that's an accurate description in light of the theocracy's years of hatred and bloodshed?
Well, Senator, I would say it is a good thing that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, I would too. I don't understand why we can't agree on that. I don't. Let me talk about shipbuilding in a few minutes I have. Mr. Secretary, for the last 2 decades, well, let me ask the Admiral. He's not a politician either. Admiral, in the last 2 decades, we've doubled the amount of money we have given the Navy to build ships. We've actually had fewer ships today because we've retired more than we've built. Tell me why in 30 seconds.
Well, the simple answer, sir, is we were building 4 or 5 DDGs a year in the mid-'90s, and we're building 2 a year now. So
Why?
that's the
We've
simple
given you
math.
more money.
Well, they cost more money, sir.
How much money do you need to catch up to China?
I'll have to get back to you on the specific answer. I think I'd be satisfied in the meantime to just build at the rate we're supposed to and not be behind.
How far behind are we?
We're behind in every ship class to different rates,
Okay.
but at least years.
We can't catch up without our private sector shipyards, can we?
We cannot.
Okay. Both Tier 1 and Tier 2 shipyards, right?
Yes, sir.
We've got to do better, Admiral. It's unacceptable. In the last few seconds I have, I want to make a comment about the money and the way we're going to get it to you. Nothing would please me more. I would do old man backflips to see the United States Congress put together a budget supporting our military that looks like somebody designed the damn thing on purpose. Last year, this committee worked very hard. We put together 12 bipartisan bills. A lot of us had to swallow things we didn't want to swallow, but we wanted to get it to the floor. And Senator Schumer refused to even put the bill on the floor. Now, what makes anyone with an IQ above their weight or their age think that now that he is in the minority, Senator Schumer is going to cooperate with us to get a budget on the floor? What I'm trying to tell you is, back here on planet Earth, you're going to have to make do with what the money we get you on reconciliation. We're headed toward a series of CRs. I hope I'm wrong. But again, I live on planet Earth. We can do more than one reconciliation bill, but you and your colleagues need to start planning for that eventuality. Maybe it'll change. Maybe someday donkeys will fly backwards too. But for the foreseeable future, I don't see it. That's regrettable, but it's reality. We need to plan for it. Just like we had to plan for the reality of Iran having a nuclear weapon. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Kennedy asked the most blatantly obvious, yet rarely acknowledged truth in Washington. Is the Iranian theocracy an enemy of America and everyone who refuses to adopt its radical version of Islam? And what did the general say? They are not our friend. No kidding, General. That's putting it mildly. We've known for decades that Iran isn't just a threat. They are the beating heart of radical Islamist terrorism. They fund Hezbollah, chant death to America, and kill anyone Christian, Jew, Sunni, atheist who dares to resist their twisted regime. But somehow, we still have people in our own government who flinch when it's time to call evil by its name. Senator Kennedy nailed it when he said, "If your neighbor says he's going to kill you, believe him." That's not paranoia, that's survival. Iran wants a nuclear bomb, and not for peaceful energy. They want it to wipe Israel off the map, to threaten American interests, and to spread their radical ideology with mushroom clouds instead of propaganda. And yet, we've had leftists and media elites crying that it was impetuous to destroy Iran's nuclear capabilities. Impetuous? Are you out of your mind? That wasn't rash, that was righteous. That was self-defense. That was leadership, something D.C. has been running low on ever since Biden walked into the Oval Office like a confused grandpa looking for the ice cream parlor. Then Kennedy pivoted and hammered the Navy leadership for our pathetic shipbuilding progress. Here's the cold truth. We've doubled the money we give the Navy over the last 2 decades, and yet we have fewer ships today. Why? Because we're not building fast enough, and when we do, the ships cost more than a liberal college gender studies program. The Admiral admitted, Yeah, we're behind China in every single ship class. That's not just embarrassing, that's dangerous. Kennedy didn't let that slide. He drilled in and exposed the incompetence. You could tell, this wasn't about politics. This was about protecting the homeland and calling out failure. And here's where Kennedy really went off script and hit the nail on the head. Nothing would please me more, I'd do old man backflips, if Congress passed a defense budget that looked like someone designed the damn thing on purpose. Boom. He exposed the dysfunction that's killing this country from the inside out. Last year, Republicans worked hard to get bipartisan bills through the committee. But what did Chuck Schumer do? He blocked them. Not because they were bad bills, but because they didn't fit the Democrat agenda. Now we're headed toward another series of continuing resolutions and budget gimmicks. Kennedy didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't pretend everything's fine. He said what every taxpayer is thinking. Back here on planet Earth, we've got to plan for reality. Let me tell you something, folks. If we had 20 more John Kennedys in that Senate chamber, America would be feared again. We wouldn't be apologizing to Iran. We wouldn't be begging China to behave. We'd be building ships, securing borders, and crushing evil without hesitation. Kennedy reminds us what a senator should be. Not some polished mannequin reading off a lobbyist's script, but a real man who stands for truth, even when it makes DC squirm. If you believe Iran is our enemy, if you believe we need to stop funding weakness and start defending strength, if you believe John Kennedy is the kind of leader America needs more of, then hit that like button, subscribe to Right View Nation, and share this video with every red-blooded American you know. Let's make noise that echoes beyond Washington. Let's bring accountability back. Let's bring honor back. And let's bring America first back, where it belongs. This is Right View Nation, and we don't bow, we don't bend, and we damn sure don't apologize. God bless you. God bless Senator Kennedy. And God bless the United States of America.